Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 16th through the 22nd. We're going to see what's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus, because I'm going to be using this deck here at the end to pull some love and romance messages. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do love readings for August, so we're not going to abandon the love folk. We're going to keep them included in the weekly forecast, but at the end, for those of you who just don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it, and I will respect that. But we're going to see what's happening for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. If you happen to stumble upon this video outside of the time frame I mentioned, don't you worry your pretty little head. You found it when you were meant to find it, when it was time to hear the messages. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. First card here is the Lovers. Now, I've been seeing this ongoing theme with the weekly forecast this week, guys. Almost all of the signs have had the major arcana card come up first, or have had several major arcana cards come up in their readings. When the major arcana cards come up, this is really big. This is a really big time, a really big shift. You're coming into a new chapter, a defining moment, an experience that you came here to have, to conquer, to master. Major arcana energy is big energy. And even though I am setting the intention for the 16th through the 22nd, this energy is going to be around for a while. It's not just going to, be here for 7 days and be gone. Things are happening this week that are setting up the stage for the next few months for a lot of you. Now, we just came out of that Lionsgate portal opening on the 8th, and we've had big energy coming in. And so it's not surprising to me that there's so many major arcana cards coming up right now for the different signs. We're all going to be going through really big shifts and really big changes. Lover's card can indicate some of you are dealing with a Gemini. If you have a Gemini placement, that area of your life might be going through really big changes in the coming weeks, or might be the area in which you're healing or evolving or improving your life. Now, I know the Lover's card, it's called the Lover's card, so a lot of people take this as love and romance, and that can be the case, okay? But before the Lover's card was called the Lover's card, when tarot first came out, the 6th major arcana card was called the Choice, the Decision. I've read that some decks have called it the Sacrifice, because the Lover's card is about figuring out what you want. Okay, sometimes it can be having to choose between a couple of options, or defining what something is for us. It can be having to define, what does love mean to you? It can have to do with having to define, what does success mean to you? What do you want, and what are you willing to do to get it? Okay, those are a lot of the lessons and epiphanies that come up when we have the 6th major arcana. So a lot of you are looking at that and figuring that out in the coming weeks. Your next card coming up here is the Judgment card. Now we have major arcana cards coming in back to back. I told you it was about a decision, and now we have the Judgment card confirming that for us, right? Bam, there it is. When the major arcana cards come in back to back, to have the major arcana cards come in back to back on top of each other, for me in my readings, that means really big changes happening in a really short period of time. You might be faced with having to make massive decisions here that are like life-altering decisions in a very short period of time. Big decisions like, where are you gonna live? Where are you going to put down your roots? Are you going to marry this person? Are you going to break up with this person? Are you going to make a career change? Are you going to go back to school? These might be really big decisions that you're being faced with that might feel like, okay, well, I got to take this seriously because this is altering the course of my life here. Okay? Judgment card can also be that some of you are feeling called to do something. Like you're feeling like you want to do something more purposeful or more meaningful, okay? I feel for some of you, you're finding yourself in a situation that's holding a mirror up to you. Like you've been on this quest for self-improvement, you've been on this quest for healing, and you've been like, universe, I just want it to happen. Like, let's just speed this up, please. If there's something that needs to be healed, if there's a block that needs to be removed, can we get the show going, please? Can we move this along? Can we speed this up? And the universe said, sure, as you wish. But for Virgo, the way that it's happening, I feel like it's happening in the way that Spirit is holding up a mirror to you in a situation or with a person that's really showing you exactly where there might be vulnerabilities, exactly where your fears are, exactly where your insecurities are. Like, you're about to go deep, Virgo. You're about to go deep. And I feel like there's a lot of big decisions you're making as a result that are going to make you happier in your life, because you're more connected with yourself and more in touch with yourself than you've ever been in your life. I feel like you're coming into a time where you know exactly who you are, exactly what you want, exactly what's important to you. And so there's this sense and this feeling of really big decisions in a short period of time. Virgo, I feel like some people are like, Virgo, you're like making way too many changes. What's going on? Are you okay? You know, why are you being so frantic? And it's not, I don't feel frantic energy. People around you might think you're being frantic or really impulsive, but really a lot of this was a long time coming. And so people see you making really big changes. I feel some of you are making changes so big that it's changing your whole energy. It's changing the way that you put yourself out there. And I feel like it's changing you physically. Either you're going into this whole new look, taking on a whole new look, a style, or the way that you're walking, the way that you're carrying yourself. Even if you're not changing your physical appearance, it's like there's this spirit coming. I'm not going to say a spirit coming over you, but like your inner spirit, your inner self is really coming to the surface and shining through. And like you just look different to people. The way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you stand, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you present yourself to the world. Some of you might be going through drastic physical changes. Some of you might be doing things like, you know, bulking up or trimming down, or doing some kind of a diet change or something that's, you know, making you look really different or making your skin look very different. I just feel like I feel, Virgo, that you're going to be running into people over the next 4 to 6 months, and they're going to be like, I didn't recognize you. Oh my gosh, Virgo, I didn't recognize you. You look like a completely different person. So I feel there's a lot of big energy shifts and changes. I feel like you're making a lot of different decisions, a lot of different choices, where people are like, man, Virgo's like a completely different person. But you're not a completely different person. You're just coming out to be who you truly are, who you've been this whole time. Your next card coming up here is the Eight of Wands. And again, Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. It's things happening quickly. It's blockages being removed. Eight of Wands can also be communication and travel. There might be some kind of trip that you're taking or that you've been thinking of taking that is changing the course of your life. Something very big may be happening on this trip. Maybe you're going and all of a sudden it's becoming a relocation, or you're going and all of a sudden I don't know, like you're getting a proposal, or you're going somewhere with someone and you're coming back married. I mean, I just feel like there's something really big happening, this really big change, this really big shift, and it feels very sudden. Eight of Wands also has to do with us connecting with our passion, connecting with the things that drive us. Okay, some of you are taking hold and seizing an opportunity that's going to bring about a lot of positive change for you. Eight of Wands is also the number of abundance. 8 is jumping out at me, so I do feel big money move energy here with the Eight of Wands as well. Your next card coming up here, Virgo, is the Ace of Wands, and this is confirming the energy about taking hold of an opportunity. Ace of Wands, okay. I'm going to tell you really honestly, Virgo, I feel like there's some kind of root chakra opening that's happening for a lot of you, where the root chakra is opening up and moving more fluidly, more freely, more functional. And I feel like there's this surge in physical passion, physical desire that's coming up in Virgo. You guys are going to feel a little bit more physically inclined, shall we say, okay? Very phallic symbol here, very physical energy here. I'm feeling that vibe from the Ace of Wands, okay? So a lot of you might be finding yourselves feeling more confident physically, or getting over insecurities physically because of this drive that you're feeling. I feel it's coming in with an air of confidence, however. As I said, overcoming insecurities. Now, with the Ace of Wands, it's not only going to be about the root chakra or about physical, yeah, I'm not allowed to say the word, so sometimes I use the word lectual. It rhymes with what I'm trying to say, right? So it's not always going to be about that energy. However, with the Ace of Wands, it can be about seizing an opportunity. And a lot of the times I see Ace of Wands come up when there's an opportunity coming up and we're tempted to like kind of turn our nose up at it. Like to just kind of snub it. Like, nah, no, it's not worth my time. But what Ace of Wands is saying is that this is actually something that can end up growing and developing into something really big. Like if you take a hold of it, it's going to grow. It's going to branch out. It's going to become something significant. So don't be quick to like turn your nose up at it. Take a moment and look at it and say, okay, this might be an interesting experience to have. Let me just take hold of it as the experience and see where it goes and see where it leads me. Or you may want to take a step back and look at it and say, okay, this seems like a small kind of thing, but all right, is there potential here? How might this grow? How might there be potential here? Right? Where are the opportunities for growth? And maybe that can help us look at the situation differently as well. Some of you are feeling a desire to go back to like a dream, something you've been longing to do, something you've been wanting to do. I feel some of you may have gone through some kind of a layoff a few months ago, and it kind of puts you in this thing of like depression where you took it very personally. You took it as like this personal rejection. Like, I'm not good enough, or they insulted me, they humiliated me. You took it really personal. But now you're seeing it as an opportunity that, hey, you know what? I'm free, and I'm going to do what brings me joy. I'm going to pursue my passion. And so I feel a lot of you are going into the area of a career change or a business that's directly linked to your passions. And a lot of joy and abundance will come in here. We've got that 8 here with the 8 of Wands, right? We've got the Ace of Wands with the growth. So it's going to blossom. It's going to grow for you. Now, we're going to pull some cards here around love and romance. And we'll see what's happening for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus around love and romance. I did start the love readings for September. Those are going to be up early, thankfully. But since I didn't do love readings for August, we're going to check in for love and romance here. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So the first card coming up here is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is sick and tired of everybody's BS. She's over it. She's done. She doesn't want to hear it, okay? I don't care if you're male or female. I don't care if you're non-binary. Just because there's a female here, it doesn't exclude you from being in this energy, okay? You don't have to be female to be in Queen of Swords energy. Queen of Swords is done with it. She's had it. You're either going to bring something to the table or get the heck out of her way. She has suffered. She has struggled. She's worked really hard to overcome challenges. And she knows where she's going. She knows what she wants. And she doesn't have time for distractions. She does not suffer fools. Does not deal with it. And so a lot of you Virgos might be coming into the energy of boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. I feel like also in terms of communication, something is happening with your communication where you're very like concise, very precise, getting to the point, not emotional, right? Maybe some of you have been dealing with somebody. You know what this is? Oh my gosh. Ooh, I just got chills. Oh, I just got chills. This is especially true for those of you that are in a situation where this mirror is being held up to you and you're seeing everywhere where you're wounded, everywhere where your fears and insecurities are, you know, any weaknesses that might need to be strengthened. It's being held up to you. And I feel for some of you, that mirror is coming by way of someone who's stepping up and doing little backhanded things or criticizing you or being overly critical towards you. And maybe in the past, if somebody did this to you, you would have gone off on them. Like, let me tell you something. Who do you think you are to come up to me and talk to me that way? What about you? Look at you. You're not perfect, right? Maybe that would have been how you would have defended yourself in the past. I feel though in this Queen of Swords energy, you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, all right, is there any truth to this criticism? Is this person telling me something that I could improve on? Okay, all right, I'm going to improve on this. I'm going to feel more confident in this area because I'm going to make this improvement. But at the same time, you're not suffering disrespect. And I feel like you're stepping up to this person and you're asking questions. Oh, well, why would you say that? Okay, why does it appear that way to you? Oh, well, what did I do that gave you that impression? Oh, okay. And how do you think would be a better way for me to handle that? Like, you're just asking it very calmly. And I feel like this is scaring the crap out of this person. They don't know how to deal with it. And so I feel like there's like this sense of you're coming into your power. You're coming into your power. Like, you can take criticism and you can take it calmly and logically, but you're also not going to be in a situation where this person is going to feel like you're their doormat, or they can come in and say things and steer you in the direction that they're wanting you to go in. Like, they're learning that, okay, well, if you want to give me suggestions and recommendations, by all means, feel free, but check yourself the way you're coming at me. Check yourself the way you're talking to me, right? So there isn't like fighting, there isn't argument, there isn't a screaming match, but there's this sense of like just taking back your power. A sense of humility, humbleness, but power. I feel that really strongly here, where you're able to go into a relationship and deal with issues and work things out and talk things out without feeling like, oh my gosh, I really need this person to understand where I'm coming from. I'm really scared that we might break up. Queen of Swords doesn't give a flying poop about it at all. She does not care. You know, not that she doesn't care, but she's like, she knows she's going to be okay regardless. If you want to be here, you can be here. But if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. And if you're not here, I'm going to be okay. So you let me know if you want to be here. That's the Queen of Swords attitude. And Virgo, a lot of you are stepping into that attitude with your love life. Not in a mean way. You're not insulting the person. You're not telling the person to get the heck out. You're just really making it clear that if you want to be here, act like you want to be here. That's it. If you want to be here, act like you want to be here. I'm not going to get all worked up about it. That's how the Queen of Swords is. The next card here is the Page of Swords. So this person might be coming to you in a way where, like, they think they're going to teach you something, or they think that they're going to have power over you, or they're going to say things to get you to do what they want you to do. This person's going to feel kind of small. This person's going to feel a little bit intimidated by it. Now, I don't mean to be weird, but I feel something about this dynamic. This person is finding it very arousing. I think you're dealing with someone who's very smart, very successful, and they kind of get away throwing their weight around. They kind of get away talking to people a certain kind of way. And when people get emotional or they get all worked up, this is someone that's like, oh, this person's crazy. Oh, this person's emotional. Oh, this person can't handle criticism. They haven't dealt with a Queen of Swords before. And so when they're coming to you and they're saying that, and you're handling it the way that you're handling it, they're like, whoa, Virgo kind of put me in my place. I kind of like that. Right? It's like now all of a sudden they're starting to step up. Now all of a sudden they're starting to, like, you know, try to get your approval or to impress you. I feel there's some kind of like some little interesting little power play happening here. Okay, maybe not full on whips and chains and leather, you know, maybe not full on in that way, but there's like this energy of like dominance and respect, and you come at me the right way, and they're like, ooh. I just feel there's like this shift of power happening in your love life. Your next card coming up here is the Two of Wands. Poor Two of Wands gets the worst rap when it comes to love readings. Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles and, these cards, oftentimes when they come up in love readings, I see it all the time. They're like, somebody's cheating, somebody has another option, somebody is juggling multiple relationships. Now, that's not to say that that can never happen. It's true that sometimes those cards can have that meaning, okay? But not always, okay? It doesn't have, even when it comes to having more than one thing going on outside of the relationship, that doesn't always mean that the other thing is a relationship. It can be career, it can be family, it can be hobbies or interests, it can be going out with the guys, going out with the girls, friends. It doesn't always mean that this person is torn between you and somebody else, or that this person is, having more than one romantic relationship. Two of Wands is about choices and decisions. Okay, choices and decisions. And it's about weighing out the options to make the best possible decision. Two of Wands can also indicate a partnership. So if you find yourself in a situation where you might be coming into doing business or working with your partner, Two of Wands is, think about this carefully. How can you do this in a way that it's not gonna be difficult or I can't say it's not gonna be difficult or challenging. There's always gonna be, ways that we grow and things that are challenging, but in a way where you guys can be on the same page. For me, sometimes Two of Wands is expectation versus reality. You got to go into the situation logically. You have to ask questions. What does that mean to you? Oh, you want to commit? Okay, what does commitment mean to you? Oh, you want us to like be in love and work on our love relationship? Okay, what does love mean to you? What does love look like to you? Okay, you want me to help you with this business? Okay, well, what does that look like? What are my rules? Oh, okay, you want me to be the manager? Okay, well, what does the manager do? What kind of hours does the manager work? You have to ask these specific questions. Okay, boundaries. If you want this to be successful, you have to go in with boundaries. I feel that you guys are in a love relationship or attracting someone where you have a way to establish boundaries without the heartache, right? Without the Three of Swords energy. You have a chance to establish boundaries like that Queen of Swords, right? Instead of like the, oh my gosh, you hurt me and now I learned a lesson. Queen of Swords has been through the heartache. She's done with the heartache. She's learned the lesson. She's ready to set those boundaries. So, very powerful energy, Virgo. You may want to check out your moon sign, rising sign, Venus sign. If this is none of those, some weeks that might resonate more or add extra information. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I'm having a sale for a limited time until Tuesday night, or until the calendar fills up, whichever one comes first, where I'm doing discounted readings. If you want to see the prices and the discounts, I have it in the community tab. Otherwise, if you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you'll see the prices there. But if you want to see the original price, you can check out the community tab. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week, my darlings. Be well.